A and B undertake a piece of work for rupees 720. A alone can do it in 12 days and B can do it in 16 days. If they get C to help them in the work and finish off the work in 6 days, what should be C's share in the money earned? Before we solve the question, I hope that you have already watched all the concept videos on time and work plus the model questions on time and work. In case if you haven't watched it, I've given the links of all the concepts and the model questions in the description. So do watch all those videos and get a clear picture of how we are going to utilize those tricks and traits in these questions. So we have a question based on 3 members. So definitely we can proceed with the 3-step approach, right? So let's start with the first step. Find out the total number of units. And it's given that A completes the job in 12 days and B alone completes the same job in 16 days. If A, B and C are working together, it's given that if they are getting assisted by C, which means all the 3 of them are working together, they'll be able to finish the job in 6 days of time, right? Now let's first find out the total number of units, and for that let's figure out the LCM of 12, 16 and 6. So if we use the shortcut of finding the LCM, the result is going to be 48. So from this we can say that the total number of units to be completed is 48 units, right? So first step is done. Now let's move on to the second step where we need to find out the number of units completed by the persons in a single day. Now let's start with A. A completes the 48 units of work in 12 days of time, which means how many units will A complete in one day? So 48 is being split into 12 individual days. So 48 by 12, that's going to be 4 units per day. Similarly, what about B? B completes the same 48 units in 16 days of time. So 48 upon 16, that's going to be 3 units per day, right? Similarly, if A, B and C are working together, they just take 6 days of time for the completion of 48 units, right? Which means in one day of time, A, B and C can complete 8 units per day, right? And from these 3 equations, we can clearly find out that A and B together can complete 7 units of work in a single day, right? So if we substitute A plus B as 7 units per day, we can clearly see that 7 plus C is equivalent to 8, which means C will be contributing 1 unit of work in a single day, right? Now moving on with the last and the final step, proceed as per the question. Now the total pay given to A, B and C is rupees 720 and we need to find out the contribution received by C, right? And always remember this small idea. In order to find out the wages, in order to find out the income, the efficiency will be taken into account. So A is contributing 4 units per day and B is contributing 3 units per day and C is contributing 1 units per day, right? So the efficiency ratio between A, B and C is 4:3:1. So which means the wages will also be shared in the same ratio. Alright. Now we'll have to find out the share of C. So totally how many parts are present in this ratio? 4 plus 3 plus 1, 8 parts of shares is present, right? So the rupees 720 has to be split up into 8 parts, right? So if 8 parts is equivalent to 720, how can we find out the value for 1 part? Let's try dividing by 8 on both sides. So 1 part of the money will be equivalent to rupees 90. And C is also receiving a share of 1 part, right? So the contribution or the share of money earned by C will be 90 rupees. And we have the option in option C. That's it.